Okay, so you just had a horrible, horrible, horrible day. But you're not alone. Others have gone through it. I just went through it. And the worst part was probably having to tell your wife that you no longer had a job. Um, but this is my first time. And honestly, it's been too many times that it's happened, but know a little bit about having to get through the situation. And I wanted to provide a dad's guide to surviving unemployment. I'm sure everyone kind of reacts to the situation a little differently. Um, my normal reaction is usually the stunned silence. We are we're letting you go today. And then followed by the on your way home the emotional outburst. Let me give a little bit of detail about my family. Just a little bit. I have been married 10 years. We have an 8-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. For personal reasons, we decided not to have him in public school. Went through a couple different charter schools, which has now led to homeschool. So I'm now the primary teacher for him, which yeah, it's not the easiest, especially when he has ADD, ADHD. Either way, I don't. ADD, ADHD. I don't know. Kind of the same. Anyway, so one of the biggest things I gotta make sure I do is I got to get him to get through his homework, which tends to be a bit of a struggle. Yeah. So that's one of the things. Make sure your kids get their homework done. Their homework done. Taking that on is a huge relief for your spouse, wife. Okay, so first and foremost, rule number one: at the end of the day, the kids need to be alive. That's rule number one. But in all seriousness, it's a different kind of mindset you have to be in. You go from, just you don't really have to worry about feeding them lunch or breakfast, to all of a sudden that you're the primary one that has to, make sure that they're getting what they need. Food's a hard one for me because I'm not really the best cook. But yay, cereal! Um, um, so rule number two, don't just sit around all day. Be productive, or at least be productive enough so that when your wife gets home from work, she doesn't have to feel like she has to work again. Few ideas for that. You can vacuum. That helps. That makes it look nicer. Um, Dishes. That's a big one. Um, you can do laundry. And then next along those lines, say do some general cleaning and straightening, which can actually be quite hard. Um, I mean, you got the with kids around. I mean, you can clean one thing and then turn around and there's another pile of mess there. Um, so general cleaning and straightening, and that's an all-day thing. That's one of the bigger things to make sure that you feel like you're actually doing something. So make sure you get that done. But what's that? Isn't there some way to make things easier? Well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, there are. Best thing to do is find some distractions. You gotta distract the kids, because they quite frankly do love making a mess. Um, right now, it's kind of an age specific kind of thing, but um, Yo Gabba Gabba and Peppa Pig. Those are my biggest friends right now. I think though, for the most important thing that I can suggest for you to do would be to work on yourself. Um, I find most of the time that the biggest hazard that I have is it's trying to push off the depression that it's easy to get into the depression. It's a huge hazard of such a change in your life, um, regardless of how you may feel about yourself or how you think others feel about you. Um, this isn't what you wanted. It's not what you imagined for yourself. I mean, you didn't want this. You want to be able to provide for your family. It's just right now you can't. And I mean, you can't just make someone give you a job. But what you can do is make yourself focus on what it is, or knowing what you want to do, knowing what it is to make you happy. What you were doing as a career or as a job may not be what you were supposed to be doing. What you may think you want to be doing as a career might not be what you're supposed to be doing at that time. And it might just be somewhere down in the future. But you have to focus, focus on what makes you happy, what you can have a passion about, and maybe even figure out if there's a way to make money off of that passion. Anyway, that's just a few ideas that I have right now. If you have any ideas of your own, maybe if you've gone through the situation and you think you can help other people in the situation, you can go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section down below. Also, if you have any ideas or questions for me, leave those in the comment section as well, and I will try to answer those, and I will get back to another video as soon as I can. Bye.